myself and Sally Worley will be the co-chairs. We've worked out a way to agree to disagree. If we can't agree for some reason, we will do rock, paper, scissors. Yes. Okay, thank you. Absolutely. Also, you may have noticed some of the Sasquatch militia ribbons this weekend. The Sasquatch militia assures me that they will keep us well regulated and full of nuts, berries, and salmon. I have a little presentation for you. We're going to start out with a message from CJ and Jane Fancher.
Spokane is a jewel. It's a really beautiful town. It's got all the amenities of a huge town. I absolutely recommend it to anybody who's never seen the Pacific Northwest. It's a whole different district. It's an enchanting city. Absolutely. The people who are doing the bid have been involved in a number of potentially successful conventions. They're great people, and I know it would be great fun.
So why Spokane? There's been a lot of people that have been concerned about the size of Spokane. There's 650,000 people in the metropolitan area. You can start driving in Spokane and end up in Coeur d'Alene. It's that close. It's not Sasquatch in the mountains. In fact, Sasquatch is actually from the other part of the Pacific Northwest. And I really do have slides. The downtown core area is very walkable, and it's also very scooter accessible. Through the parks and the river that runs through the center of our town, the river's more straight, the paths are wider, and you're not going to drive off into the river. This river walk is beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. So is the one in Spokane. So we'll have great areas to walk and share, do our strolling with the stars. It's the second largest, they have the second largest urban waterfall in the U.S. It also has this killer gondola ride that you can take across it. The average humidity is about 45 degrees in the morning, and it drops as the day goes up. The heat...
Oh, no. Yeah, 45%.
I'm sorry, 45%. Yes.
Average temp is 82 degrees. It's a great temperature.
Yeah, and the humidity goes down as the day progresses. So it's not real humid, so the heat feels like what it is. It doesn't feel a lot hotter. It's very affordable. There's 80 plus restaurants within 8 blocks. The hotels that we've chosen, we have the DoubleTree, of course, right on site. And as you can see here, I have hotel and convention bureau representatives to answer your questions when we get to that. But that's on site right there, right across the river from us, across a little footbridge, are 2 Red Lions. There's hotel rooms from about $70 all the way up to, well, actually, I guess the most expensive at the Davenport would be $139. Is that a suite?
Suites are additional, but we can...
So all of these hotels told me, as I went through, I described our worst parties in Seattle to them. Our very worst parties in Seattle. The ones that have to tarp the walls and the floors. They all assure me that we can have our parties in their hotels. They aren't going to nail us for food or anything else. They're here. They're experiencing what we're doing. They understand our fandom. And where they don't understand our fandom, they're learning. Quickly. So we're back to our slides?
Yeah.
So my team, our team, if we win, we're going to run. We're going to reach out to people from all over the world to join us. We have a huge, huge fan base of a lot of very young people in the Spokane and Tri-City areas. We've talked to Spokane, and the general consensus is they're going to roll up their convention into ours. So they'll run convention within this convention. This will benefit them by teaching their young people how to run a good convention, and it'll bring more Worldcon runners, we hope, into fandom. I've reached out to a few people to act as mentors if we should win. Absolutely. The Spokane Facility Center, the center has experience running great big events, 250,000 people, and real small events.
Fest is $250,000.
Yeah, Fest is $250,000. So I mean, and getting to Spokane, you can ask the questions about it, but it takes about 8 minutes to get to the airport. The hubs there's 28 hubs. There's 28 direct cities. There's Denver, Minneapolis, and Chicago are the feeder airports, and Seattle, Salt Lake, even Portland have direct flights, like 30 flights a day. So it's, you know, if you do come into like Portland or something, it's not hard to get to. I'd like to open for questions. Yeah. Questions? Yes.
Regarding the airports,
Yes.
the Spokane International Airport map shows A, there are no international flights into Spokane, and B, those cities are somewhat deceptive because there are no flights east of Chicago, and there's Los Angeles, but basically no other flights except Denver in the south or southeast. Are they charters or what?
No, actually, those are a continuation of a direct flight. So when we talk about, we have 13 hub cities that we go direct to. So when you're coming from the East Coast, you can go through Minneapolis, Denver, Salt Lake to get into Spokane, but we have all those, a number of those flights are continuations from like Jacksonville, Florida. So that's where we get to the 28 direct fly and hub cities is how we get our calculation there. So for our international flights,
Not non-stops, that's what you're talking
Right.
about.
it's stated on one plane, correct.
Right.
Yes.
So we have 16 nonstop destination cities, and then you add on to that their continuation. Actually, I'm sorry, 14 to make it 28. So, right, correct. And then for international flight, again, as we were speaking earlier, we have both Seattle and Portland have great international connections, and we have flights both out of Seattle and out of Portland on about every hour and every hour and a half. So it makes it very convenient for our international guests to come in.
On which carriers for the Seattle and Portland?
For Seattle and Portland, we've got Delta and also Alaska and United.
Southwest too, right?
And Southwest, but in terms of the international
Okay,
flights.
so anybody flying One World is toast on that? Oh, no, they do Alaska.
They do Alaska, correct, yeah. And there is also other flights that are coming into Seattle that are international,
Right.
Japan Airlines and things, but Alaska is our main continuation that comes directly into Spokane.
Other questions?
Regarding the airport and so on, it looks like Spokane at peak takes in about 6,000 passengers incoming per day at the airport. How do you figure you're going to get a Worldcon size, a lot of people coming in?
Go ahead.
Well, we have major citywides that come in all the time. Hoop Fest is the world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament in the world, and they come all over the world. We also have Bloomsday that comes in all over the world, but we also hosted something called the Paralyzed Veterans of America. These were gentlemen who were in wheelchairs. There's only so many flights that come in, and on those flights are one each. Our airport helped with the airlines to bring in all of those people, and they were a couple thousand strong. So we can manage. UPS had shipped in all of their suitcases, so we can manage large conferences very easily in our airport, no problem.
Alex?
Hoop Fest, again, 250,000 people. Hoop Fest in February, right? January. 250,000 people come to Spokane. U.S. National Figure Skating Championship in 2007 and they came back in 2010 because they had so much fun. That was over 150,000 each time.
But what, international conventions, not U.S. figure skating, not American veterans, what international conventions that have international conventions?
We just hosted, you don't mind if I step?
Please.
We just hosted IEEE this summer, and they had a large contingency of their attendees were international. I think close to 4% of their overall attendance. Their attendance was almost 3,500 people were coming from the international marketplace. So I think here we're looking at 8%, I think is international. We have a really great relationship with our airport. And most flights, most organizations, not everybody arrives on the exact same day, but we're up to about 7,200 seats a day that are flying in and flying out. And we also have, hopefully in the next couple months, some couple additional announcements. So our airport continues to get better, and our flight situation is.
A second example is we hosted a year ago the National Square Dance Convention, and like your association, they have about 8% of their population that comes from other countries, and they had over 6,000 attendees in June in Spokane, and they all arrived no problem at all. So our airport really flexes to accommodate. We are a regional hub. I mean, we support a lot of small towns in our area. We're an Air Force town, we're a college town. We have huge portions of population that come in all at once quite often, and our airport flexes for that.
And I'll just close that up by saying that you can negotiate with airlines if we know we have a lot of people coming in, and they've already expressed that they do that all the time. So we will negotiate with the airports to provide additional flights in our peak times.
Several of the hotels have free shuttles to the airport.
Yeah, free shuttles too. Other questions? In the back, and then I'll come to you.
Regarding another mode of transportation, how close is the Amtrak station to the convention center? And
2 blocks, 3 blocks.
Okay. And what is the general arrival time? Whatever direction it goes.
1 a.m.
1 a.m. Not good.
Well, that's okay. We'll meet you with the party. It's all good. There's awakening. Yeah. Go ahead.
I actually want to ask the same question that I asked our friends from Orlando, to speak about your party friendliness and the ease of getting supplies.
Okay, well, I'm actually quite excited by that. Having thrown so many bid parties for the last 10, 12 years, I think that our experience in Spokane is going to be amazing. All of the hotels, every single hotel told me that they would be our party hotel. Every single hotel has absolutely wonderful suites with, and like the Red Lion, they have these outdoor balconies that we can use. The convention center showed me some rooftop areas that would be really nice. Not that we're going to do that, but the options for parties are incredible. As far as getting to and from stores, there's a lot of shopping in the area. How far?
Oh.
If I wanted to get to a real store. 3 blocks?
Yeah. I mean, our city, people live in our city. It's not a city that at 5 o'clock the doors roll up and people go home.
Yeah.
We have 4 universities in our downtown core. We have condos, people live there. We have shopping, we have dining. We have over 80 restaurants within 8 blocks. We love to eat, we love to shop. It's all walkable.
They're used to the college kids partying too, so it's not like they get all freaked out when they see weirdness. And in some of our presentations, you'll see like Darth Vader walking down the street. They don't get trippy about head pieces or anything either. And as far as room, corkage, and forkage, we discuss that as well. Yes.
You've spoken mostly about the hotel and the city and transportation. Can you actually talk about the kind of convention you would like to run in terms of the content and the actual science fictional elements of it that you intend to try and
absolutely. I don't want to get into too many details because we'd like to have some surprises, but we do intend to have all of the traditional elements. I kind of have a history of working with other groups like anime fandom, furry fandom, the other fringe groups, and I like to bring in and share. And I have to say I sort of feel the same way Adam does about expanding fandom into other groups and growing fandom. Gaming will be big. Gaming's big in the area. Costuming will be huge. There's tons of master costumers.
One thing, we moved up Labor Day so that more.
Yeah, and we're not on Labor Day either, so we intend to reach out a lot to the youth. We have like 1 minute left, so probably just 30 seconds. 30 seconds, quick.
Parties. No, talk about what you're doing, like party and. Are you having a party?
Yeah, we're having a party tonight. We have a table. We're serving salmon chili, salmon spreads. We've got berries. We've got fruits and vegetables. It's yummy. Come share. Thank you very much.